Intelligence, talent, and experience are all vital qualities for leadership, but they're not enough. They don't make the difference between success and failure. It's commonplace for businesses once successful to go into a funk. Then they need a turnaround because the smart, experienced people in charge who know the place better than anyone else have failed. The usual solution is to bring in an outsider with a stellar track record, but that approach doesn't always work. It all depends on how a leader thinks. Take the case of an American institution, J.C.Penney, where generations of Americans had shopped for almost everything for more than a century. More than a few remember it as the place your mom dragged you to buy clothes you hated in 1984. By 2011, the firm was treading water, and CEO Myron Ullman retired after 7 years at the helm. Ullman's initial years had gone well, but the recession of 2008 hit Penney's middle-income shoppers hard, and the company had been going downhill since. The board looked for a savior and found Ron Johnson, a wonderkind merchant who had worked as magic at 2 of the most successful retailers in America. He'd made Target hip and led Apple stores as they became the most profitable retail outlets on the planet. Johnson moved quickly to create a new, trendier J.C.Penney. His vision went well beyond making the company more profitable. He wanted to graft an entirely new model of retail merchandising on old root stock. To analysts and employees, Johnson was Willy Wonka asking them to go with him on a trip through his retail imagination. Wanting to move fast, Johnson skipped market tests and staged rollouts. "No need," said Johnson. "We didn't test at Apple." Creative new floor plans divided the stores into boutique shops featuring brands such as Martha Stewart, Izod, Joe Fresh, and Dockers. Centralized locations provided places for customers to lounge, share a cup of coffee, have their hair done, or grab a quick lunch. Games and other entertainment kept children occupied while customers visited boutique offerings or just hung out. Johnson quickly did away with Penney's traditional coupons, clearance racks, and sales events, part of a model that relied on inflating prices, then marking them down to create the illusion of bargains. Johnson replaced all that with everyday, fair and square prices. To Johnson's rational way of thinking, this move made perfect sense. But shopping is more of a ritual than a rational undertaking. JCP's Ron Johnson was clueless about what makes shopping fun for women. It's the thrill of the hunt, not the buying. Women love to shop, and deals are what make the game worth playing. Bargain hunting is now like playing a game, and finding deeply discounted goods on sale is part of the game. Johnson replaced much of Penney's leadership with executives from other top retailers. Many, like Johnson, lived in California, far from company headquarters in Plano, Texas. They often looked down on the customers and the J.C.Penney culture they had inherited. One of Johnson's recruits, COO Michael Kramer, another Apple alum, told the Wall Street Journal, "I hated the J.C.Penney culture. It was pathetic." Inside and outside the company, perceptions grew that Johnson and his crew blamed customers rather than themselves as results went from bad to worse. Traditionally, great merchants such as Costco's Jim Senegal or Walmart's Sam Walton have loved spending time in their stores, chatting up staff and customers, asking questions, and studying everything to stay in touch with their business. Johnson, on the contrary, gave the impression that he wouldn't shop in one of his own stores and didn't particularly understand the people who did.